Listen carefully. Nobody's coming to save you. No secret shortcut, no miracle moment. It's you versus your excuses. You either step up or you stay average. Pain? Good. Pressure? Even better. That's where winners are built. You think it's hard? It's supposed to be. Weak people quit when it hurts. Strong people push harder. Believe you can do this, even when nothing proves it yet. Act like the person you want to become. Discipline beats motivation every time. Get up, work, dominate. Take full responsibility means you stop blaming everything and everyone around you. No more pointing fingers at your past, your circumstances, your family, your luck, or the system. You look in the mirror and accept that where you are right now is a result of your own decisions, your own actions, and your own standards. That realization is not meant to break you, it's meant to give you power. Because the moment you accept responsibility, you also accept control. And control is everything. Most people run from responsibility because it's heavy. It forces you to confront your weaknesses, your laziness, your fear, and your lack of discipline. It's easier to say life is unfair than to admit you didn't push hard enough. But the truth is, winners don't care about fairness. They care about results. They don't waste time complaining. They use that energy to improve, to adapt, and to dominate whatever situation they are in. Taking responsibility means you stop waiting. You stop waiting for motivation, for approval, for the perfect moment. You act now, even when you don't feel ready. Especially when you don't feel ready, because readiness is a myth created by people who are afraid to start. Action creates clarity. Action builds confidence. Every step you take, no matter how small, proves to your mind that you are capable. It also means you own your failures completely. No excuses, no justifications. If you lose, you analyze why. You find the gap, you fix it, and you come back stronger. That's how progress works. Failure is not your enemy, denial is. When you deny responsibility, you stay stuck. When you accept it, you evolve. Responsibility also demands discipline. You do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. Because feelings are temporary, but results are built on consistent actions. You wake up and execute. You set standards and you live by them. Not sometimes, not when it's convenient, but every single day. When you take full responsibility, you stop being a victim and become a creator. You create your habits, your mindset, your future. You stop reacting to life and start controlling it. And once you reach that level, nothing can stop you because you understand that everything begins and ends with you. Ignore excuses means you cut out the constant stories your mind creates to keep you comfortable. I'm tired. I'll start tomorrow. I don't have time. It's too hard. All of it sounds real, but it's just noise designed to protect you from effort and discomfort. The truth is simple. Excuses don't change outcomes. They only delay progress. Every time you listen to them, you choose weakness over growth. Excuses feel good in the moment because they remove pressure. They give you a reason to stop, to slow down, to stay where you are. But that comfort comes at a cost. Days turn into weeks, weeks into years, and suddenly you're stuck in the same place, wondering why nothing changed. The answer is always the same. You listen to excuses instead of acting. Ignoring excuses requires awareness. You have to catch yourself in the moment your mind starts negotiating. That voice will try to sound logical, convincing you that skipping today won't matter. But it always matters. Discipline is built in those small moments where you choose action over comfort. When you push through once, it becomes easier the next time. When you give in, it becomes a habit. It also means you stop comparing your situation to others to justify doing less. Some people have it harder, some have it easier. It doesn't matter. Your path is yours. Excuses based on comparison are just another form of escape. Focus on what you can control and execute at the highest level possible with what you have right now. Ignoring excuses is about standards. You set a level for yourself, and you refuse to go below it, no matter how you feel. If you said you're going to train, you train. If you said you're going to work, you work. No debate, no negotiation. You don't ask yourself if you feel like it. You just do it. That's how discipline becomes automatic. There will always be reasons to stop. Life will always present obstacles, distractions, and setbacks. If you wait for perfect conditions, you'll wait forever. Strong people move forward regardless of the situation. They adapt, they adjust, but they never stop. When you truly ignore excuses, you start to separate yourself from the average. You become reliable, focused, and dangerous in the best way. Because while others are busy explaining why they can't, you're busy proving that you can embrace discomfort. Means you stop running from the very thing that can transform you. Comfort keeps you stuck, predictable, average. Discomfort forces growth. It challenges your limits, exposes your weaknesses, and pushes you into a version of yourself most people are too afraid to meet. The moment something feels hard, awkward, or painful, that's the signal you're in the right place. Most people build their lives around avoiding discomfort. They choose easy options, familiar routines, and safe decisions. But nothing extraordinary comes from easy. Strength, confidence, discipline, these are forged under pressure. When you choose discomfort on purpose, you gain an edge over everyone who avoids it. You train your mind to stay calm when things get tough, and that's where real power comes from. Discomfort is not just physical. It's waking up early when you want to sleep, working when you feel lazy, speaking up when you're nervous, taking risks when there are no guarantees. It's doing the things that make you question yourself and doing them anyway. Every time you push through, you expand your limits. What once felt impossible becomes normal. Your mind will resist. It will tell you to slow down, to quit, to go back to what's easy. That voice is not your friend. It's your weakness trying to stay in control. You have to override it with action. You don't negotiate with discomfort, you walk straight into it. Because on the other side of that resistance is growth you can't achieve any other way. Embracing discomfort also builds resilience. Life will not always be smooth. There will be setbacks, failures, and moments where everything feels heavy. If you've trained yourself to handle discomfort, those moments won't break you. They will sharpen you. You'll adapt faster, recover quicker, and keep moving forward while others fall apart. It also changes how you see challenges. Instead of fearing them, you start seeking them. You understand that every difficult situation is an opportunity to improve. You stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What can I gain from this?" That shift in mindset turns obstacles into tools for growth. When you embrace discomfort consistently, you build a level of mental toughness that sets you apart. You become someone who doesn't back down, doesn't fold under pressure, and doesn't settle for less. While others stay in their comfort zones, you keep evolving, pushing, and rising beyond limits they never dared to face. Stay disciplined daily means you stop relying on how you feel and start relying on what must be done. Motivation is unpredictable. Some days you have it. Most days you don't. If you only act when you feel inspired, you'll never be consistent. Discipline is what separates those who talk from those who achieve. It's showing up every single day, regardless of mood, energy, or circumstances. Discipline is built in the small, boring actions repeated over time. Waking up when you said you would. Doing the work even when it's tedious. Finishing what you start. These actions don't feel exciting, but they stack. Day by day, they create momentum. And momentum is what drives real progress. You don't need to be perfect, but you need to be consistent. Your mind will try to negotiate with you daily. It will offer shortcuts, delays, and reasons to take it easy. Just today, it will say. But just today becomes a pattern. Every time you give in, you weaken your standard. Every time you follow through, you strengthen it. Discipline is a choice you make repeatedly, especially when it's inconvenient. Staying disciplined also means having structure. You don't leave your day to chance. You decide what needs to be done and you execute it. No overthinking, No wasting time deciding. You remove distractions, set clear priorities, and focus on what moves you forward. Discipline thrives in clarity and routine. There will be days when everything feels heavy. You're tired, distracted, unmotivated. Those are the days that matter the most. Anyone can perform when it's easy. Very few can perform when it's hard. If you can push through those moments, you build a level of reliability that most people never reach. You become someone who can be counted on, especially by yourself. Discipline also creates confidence, not the loud kind, but the quiet certainty that you can handle what's in front of you, because you've proven it day after day. You don't need to hype yourself up, you just act. And that consistency builds trust in your own ability. When you stay disciplined daily, you stop depending on external factors. You don't wait for the right time. You create it through action. While others are starting and stopping, you keep moving. And over time, that steady, relentless effort puts you far ahead of anyone who couldn't stay consistent. Build unshakable belief means you create a mindset that doesn't collapse when things go wrong. It's not blind confidence. It's earned certainty. You don't wait for proof from the outside world. You build proof through your actions. Every time you show up, every time you push through resistance, you send a message to your mind. I can handle this. That's how belief is formed, not by words, but by repetition. Most people doubt themselves because they haven't built evidence. They rely on motivation, hype, or validation from others. But the moment things get difficult, that weak belief disappears. Real belief is different. It stays when it's hard, when it's uncertain, when nothing is guaranteed. It's the voice that tells you to keep going, even when results aren't visible yet. To build that level of belief, you need to keep promises to yourself. Small promises at first. If you say you'll wake up early, you do it. If you say you'll finish a task, you complete it. These moments seem minor, but they are everything. Every kept promise strengthens your identity. Every broken promise weakens it. Over time, you either become someone you trust or someone you doubt. You also have to control your thoughts. Your mind will naturally focus on fear, failure, and worst-case scenarios. If you let those thoughts run freely, they will destroy your confidence. You have to replace them with action. Not empty positivity, but real effort. Action silences doubt faster than anything else. When you're working, improving, and progressing, negative thoughts lose their power. Unshakable belief also comes from embracing failure as part of the process. You don't see setbacks as proof that you can't do it. You see them as lessons, as feedback. Every failure shows you what to fix. Instead of breaking your belief, it refines it. You become more aware, more prepared, and more resilient. Environment matters too. If you surround yourself with negativity, doubt becomes normal. If you surround yourself with high standards and strong mindsets, belief becomes natural. You absorb what's around you, so choose carefully. Protect your focus and limit anything that weakens your confidence. When you build unshakable belief, you stop hesitating. You move with certainty, even when the outcome is unknown. You trust your ability to figure things out, to adapt, and to keep going. And that mindset makes you unstoppable, because no matter what happens, you never fully lose faith in yourself. Outwork everyone means you develop a level of effort and consistency that others are not willing to match. It's not about looking busy or talking about grinding. It's about putting in real, focused work when nobody is watching. While others slow down, you keep going. While they take shortcuts, you stay locked in. That gap in effort is what separates you over time. Most people want success, but very few are willing to pay the price for it. They work hard occasionally, then fall back into comfort. You don't operate like that. You show up early, stay late, and use your time with intention. You don't waste energy on distractions that don't move you forward. Every hour has a purpose. Every action is aligned with your goals. Outworking everyone doesn't mean being reckless or burning out. It means being efficient and relentless at the same time. You focus deeply, eliminate distractions, and execute at a high level. You understand that effort without direction is useless, so you combine hard work with smart decisions. That's how you maximize results. There will always be competition. People who are talented, lucky, or ahead of you. But effort is the one thing you can fully control. When you commit to outworking everyone, you remove limits. You don't rely on talent alone. You build skill through repetition. You don't wait for opportunities. You create them through persistence. It also requires sacrifice. You won't always have balance. There will be times when you have to choose work over comfort, progress over entertainment. While others are relaxing, you're improving. That difference might not show immediately, but over time it becomes impossible to ignore. Your mindset has to be sharp. You don't complain about long hours or difficult tasks. You expect them. You accept that greatness requires more from you than average living. Instead of seeing work as a burden, you see it as a weapon. Every task completed, every challenge faced, adds to your advantage. Outworking everyone also builds mental toughness. You become used to pressure, used to fatigue, used to pushing beyond what feels normal. That resilience gives you an edge in every situation. When things get intense, you don't fold, you perform. When you truly outwork everyone, you create separation. Not overnight, but gradually and permanently. Your results begin to reflect your effort. Your skills sharpen, your confidence grows, and your position strengthens. While others wonder why they're stuck, you keep moving forward because you chose to do more than what was required every single day. Never quit means you remove quitting as an option completely. It's not something you consider, not something you fall back on when things get hard. It doesn't matter how slow the progress is, how many times you fail, or how long it takes. You keep going. That mindset alone puts you ahead of most people because the majority give up the moment things stop being easy. Quitting usually doesn't happen in one big moment. It happens in small decisions. Skipping a day, lowering your standards, telling yourself it's not worth it anymore. Those small compromises build up until you slowly drift away from your goals. Never quitting means you catch those moments early and shut them down. You stay locked in. Even when your energy is low and your motivation is gone, there will be times when you feel stuck. No results, no recognition, no clear sign that what you're doing is working. That's where most people break. They need constant proof to continue. But real strength is continuing without proof, trusting the process when it's silent, showing up when nothing feels rewarding. That's what builds something real. Never quitting doesn't mean you never adjust. You can change strategies, improve your approach, learn from mistakes. But you don't abandon the mission. You stay committed to the goal, no matter how many times you have to adapt. Flexibility in method, but absolute certainty in direction. Pain, failure, and setbacks are guaranteed. You will lose, you will struggle, and you will question yourself. That's part of the process. The difference is you don't let those moments define you. You use them. Every setback becomes fuel. Every failure becomes a lesson. Instead of stopping, you come back sharper. Your identity plays a role here. You stop seeing yourself as someone who might succeed and start seeing yourself as someone who does not quit under any circumstances. That shift changes everything. When quitting is no longer part of your identity, persistence becomes automatic. You don't debate it, you live it. Time is your ally if you don't quit. Most people never reach their potential because they didn't stay long enough. They started, struggled, and stopped. If you simply continue while others drop out, you naturally rise. Opportunities open, skills improve, and results follow. Never quitting is not about being emotional or stubborn for no reason. It's about having a level of commitment that doesn't break under pressure. You endure, you adapt, and you keep moving forward, no matter what stands in your way.